How to talk with clients and sound professional. It was my initial title for this presentation. It will be more about each person you can imagine that you need to help you with something. So let's start like that. Which one of you has some stinky piece of code that is untouched since, I don't know, 4 years? No one wants to do anything about it. It needs solid refactor, and you keep having got time for it. Raise your hands if you have something like that. Okay, so almost everyone. So this talk is to do something about it finally. And what you can do, what are your chances actually, if it's feasible in your company at current economy, etc. So first thing, I call it complaining framework. So, some catchy word for developers that you will remember. If you need something to add to your resume or LinkedIn profile or for your performance review after you master it, you can use this buzzword, stakeholders management. So it's nice, it's corporate, and it's kind of refers to what we will be talking about. It will be in the presentation will go with 2 parts. One will be a bit about the mindset, empathy, and things like that. And second, it will be more about algorithmic approach to this framework. So what steps you need to do one by one to just finalize your idea, get it on backlog. And I know that you didn't become a software developer to talk with people, usually, majority of you. So I'm not forcing you to now go to every single meeting with your clients or stakeholders or CTO or God knows who. I want you to equip you with some tool that will make as few calls as you need to achieve your goal. So my name is Aleksandra Budziszewska. Everyone calls me Ola. It's easier, shorter. Those phrases around my face are not the random generated words. It's my experience. I'm former soldier. I've been a developer. I was developing in C, microcontrollers, so a bit different than what you are doing. I've been working with government, startups, military, corporations. Now I'm running a mobile team for American corporation. So let's start with mindset. So there is a goal of each company in the world, really each company in the world. And unfortunately, it's not writing code. So your code is very important. Usually in current world, technology is a base, it's foundation. So your job is very, very important. But it's important because it brings money to the company. And it's brutal truth. And every time you need a refactor of this stinky code, you need to think about it in terms of money that goes to the company or are getting away from the company because of this code. So no stakeholder from mid-level management or higher will talk about it with you unless there is this point connecting those 2 words. So you need to have some connection between what you need and what they need, what they want to achieve. And we will get to it later. Second, this concept is a bit comic, but it drives a picture. So imagine elephant. Every time you think that somebody is stupid, crazy, this decision doesn't make sense at all, it's not logical. Think about elephant.
Sometimes you're right.
Think about elephant, because everyone in this image is blind, and they have some touching points to the elephant, and everyone thinks that it's something different. So you as developers thinks that company is your application. The sales thinks that the company is selling to customers. CEO might think that it's about bringing investors or something. And one thing that I can guarantee you currently, that no one sees the entire elephant. Everyone sees maybe broader element of it, maybe smaller piece, but no one sees the entire elephant. And it's no one's fault. So if you talk with somebody and you have this idea, it's stupid. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's stupid with your part of the elephant. Next. And if you want to remember only one thing from this presentation, it should be this. Talk with the right people about right things. So if you want to get your thing done, because it's very painful, because you know that this is important, maybe to the entire app, to the entire business, you know that it's valid. You need to find right people who will support you, who will help you, who will make your problem their problem. And this will give you a buy-in. So we will get to how find them and how define what's important for somebody very, very soon. But only one thing from this presentation, it's talking with the right people about the right things. That's where magic happens. So before you even start, thinking what problem you want to solve, what is the most important in the world, think about your company, what they might need. Because every company has something I call buzzword of the month. Currently, it's probably something about AI, AI chat, AI performance boosters, anything like that. So during some town halls or, I don't know, special Slack channels that you muted long time ago, probably somewhere there is a list of priorities for the company that is, announced for everyone. And if you want to get something done, it's really important to find those buzzwords, the things that company works on that is very important for them. And this way, you can then make a list of your problems. Just list everything you can think about. Designs are ugly. I don't know. Onboarding is buggy. This module needs refactor, anything. And try to think what this particular piece of code does, how it can be related to the business, to the strategy. Because if it's not related to the company priorities, it's not very likely that somebody will even talk with you about it. They have their business priorities. They have either KPIs, OKRs, anything. Even if you are a startup or small company, they're even tougher in budget. They have their priorities. And without connecting your issue to solving actual business problems, no one will spend money. Money is your time. Just on fixing it, just for the art, because it's something that needs to be done. How to connect it? So this slide is about two things. This higher part is the things that brought out attention from you. So if you use words like refactor, architectural change, outdated libraries, it's my favorite. These are not the buying words. Everyone, if you just use those words, are getting bored. It's like for your product manager, even probably engineering manager. They've heard it so many times that it's like they filtered it out. Like Serhi filtered some waves from the sound that he made. So if you want somebody to listen to you actually about your problems, it would be nice to find relevant metrics. We are in data-driven economy. Everyone uses data. We're collecting data from our customers. We're collecting data about developers. So this DX, so development experience, DX metrics like cycle time, like PRs per week. I love it. It brings nothing, but some people use it. And if you can connect your particular problem to one of the metrics that your company collects, it's much easier to get your problem solved. So how you can rephrase it? Onboarding is broken. Onboarding completion rate is dropped because you probably have some kind of access to those metrics. If you don't, you probably know people who have access to them, and you can discuss it with them. So you know that this piece of code is broken. So try to look for things that might be important to fix related to this problem that you have. Designs are ugly, user churn, so a lot of users are going away from our app. We have too many outdated libraries, so we spend more time on maintenance than on the new features. It's sometimes measured. And next thing, as engineers, I've been there, we talk a lot about problems. And it's kind of obvious for us what the solution is. But it's not always that obvious for the business. So if you go to some kind of manager with a problem, it would be nice to have some general plan. I don't talk about set of Jira tickets or Gantt chart or anything fancy. Just, I don't know, we need to see what bugs on onboarding we have, prioritize them probably, and add them to, I don't know, next sprint, and I need one more developer to help me fix it. That's all. So it's very general and basic plan, nothing fancy. No like very detailed, estimated or something like that. Just something general that people know how you want to deal with the issue. Next thing. So find the right people. That's the important thing. And so you want to increase your chances of getting hurt. You want to have actual conversation with the person. And this way, you boost your chances to have something done. So, and important, get to the point. So don't talk about something that is very vital for you, like which line of code you need to change or which part of it is broken. It's like talking about things that are important for the people you are talking with. So those metrics from slides before. And the tool that you can use to find right people is called stakeholders map. Each company and each of you probably will have different stakeholders map. It can have client, it can have, I don't know, backend developers here, if you have issues with backend developers. But it's very important to understand the motives of these people. So what might be important for team leader, it's actually technical stuff this time. Maybe team morale. For engineering manager, it will be probably level higher. So maybe how fast we deliver, what are those metrics that we follow, and things like that. For QA, will be quality. And one tip is sometimes by asking QA, you can find out that something that helps QA do automations or something like that might be something that help you in your code. Maybe you have the problem in the same place, and two of you can find maybe time to change something for certain reason. Next one. Product manager. So product metrics usually, those people are crazy about metrics, really. And if you ask them about the rationale for the decision, you will get like 4 different documents about it with a lot of metrics and stuff like that. Program manager, it's me. So what I really like, it's delivery, what obstacles you have, what you need to overcome to be faster. And what I really like, it's number of bugs near deadline. It's what's important for me. So if in the middle of the project, you see that you can do something fast or do it right, probably I would like to have a talk about it with you, because I might be afraid of backfire at the end of the project. And maybe that's the moment that I can buy you some time to do something properly, maybe to refactor it. UX, it's usually easy, but I'm not sure what we can do with UX usually. And the tough stuff is handling rejection. Because it's not like you take those slides, prepare yourself, do the best presentation, as Martina advised today. Will be very well prepared. You will have dark mode or something. You will talk with them like crazy, either on some stand-up, on retro, on one-on-one meeting with somebody. You present every rationale you have. It's related to this company priorities. You do everything right. And somehow you didn't get permission to do it. It happens. And it's not because you didn't prepare it. And it's probably not because you are stupid or your idea is stupid. It might be valid. But remember about the elephant. They have different part of elephant that you don't see probably. And maybe this decision is made based on some other stuff that you don't know about. So important thing is, like with influencing people, it's not like programming a robot. Put your arm there, make a step, things like that. It's more about connecting, making relations, discussing with them, sounding like partner. So if you don't talk about everything is bad, I have stupid tickets, this piece of code stinks, oh my God, it's going to blow up, we have 80 outdated libraries, and so on and so forth, no one wants to listen to you anymore. It's like they know that you will just complain about things and don't solve anything. There are no propositions valid for those people. Maybe those problems are valid, but they are not read as it. Another thing and important concept about rejection, it's related. It's called circle of concern. So you have an area when you have full control. You can do yourself. So you deliver a feature. It's a nice feature. You see outdated library there, and you just update it. It's nearby. You can do it. No one bothers. It's in your control, on your desk. Next circle is influence. So what you can gain by talking with people. So you can go to somebody, use those steps, prepare yourself step by step, have everything, and you gain something. Or you gain part of it. But this is your influence circle. And the last one is circle of concern. So things that interest you, but you haven't got any influence on it. The hard part is to differentiate concern and influence part. And it's rather difficult, and this border is usually fluent. So you can gain more influence, you can have less. But for example, company strategy in the corporation, it's not something that you can discuss. It is what it is. But if you cannot change organization, you can always change organization and go to a new place. So whatever is valid for you and important and so on. So to sum up, we have complaining framework. So first step would be finding this buzzword of the month. So doing your homework and being prepared. Next one, rephrase the problem. So don't talk about technical problems, talk about metrics. Metrics are the easiest, that are important for those people. Next, you have basic plan. So some basic steps, general, maybe some time you have in mind. What time might it take to do it? Find right stakeholder with matching motive, and it might be more people than what I listed in the slides. Probably there are more people around you that can help you. And if you cannot change something, wait for next opportunity. Sometimes it's just a matter of time. In my mobile app, we've got just this opportunity for one module. It is refactor. We have very, very big search module, and we needed to do something about it because we have some strange bugs there. And it weren't any idea, any opportunity to do it for 3 years, but now there's AI. And now AI is part of search. So now we have every money on the world to do it. So, sometimes you need just to wait for the right moment. So now I'm wondering if you want to go with the quick exercise with me. Somebody maybe has idea what to do here? Go on.
Okay, so the first thing you got to do is the rephrasing. because the code needs a refactor. It doesn't really talk to any particular stakeholder. It's just to another developer. So you got to rephrase that to include some form of, ideally, metrics if you're needing to get that approved. Second, you're going to need to make sure the person that you're discussing this with is relevant, right? Don't go to the UI designer with this topic. That wouldn't make any sense. But certainly if someone is, let's say, the product owner, and they're the ones that give you the final approval on what issues make it into the next sprints or the next products, then yeah, for sure, go to them. Moreover, when you're picking the person to go to, not only look at are they relevant to this, but also what's their motivation? Do you guys align with it? Because if you guys have an alignment already and you're moving towards the same goal, it's a lot easier to convince them rather than, you have to first pitch your idea, but also now get them aligned motivation.
Exactly. It was very nice summary of the whole speech. Now let's go maybe with example here. So the code that needs the refactor, let's stick with the onboarding. What do you think might be to fill those gaps?
So one really good thing here, onboarding, provide a metric. Is there churn going on with onboarding? Can you tell that over time, onboarding takes longer than it has before? Because a longer onboarding time creates friction. If you can prove that, there you go, you have a first metric, so you can rephrase it as onboarding has more churn. Onboarding takes longer, users are bouncing more.
So it will be probably product manager.
Yeah.
What was my idea? So I was going with engineering manager. So our metrics dropped because it's too complicated and we need to refactor it to have better performance. But it depends on the situation. In your example, it was very good. So different parts can be touched here. Different business metrics. You just need to have your eyes open to find them. Wanna go with next one? Anybody? Let's go.
Like, for example, instead of my eyes burn when I see the designs, you could like go to an UI designer and like, oh, this design could have a bit more change towards to make it more pleasant for people who have some problems with sites, and we could make it more better for them to read the design.
Nice. So accessibility.
Accessibility, for example.
Nice. It's very, very nice idea. Yeah. And we can go directly to designer with it. We need to improve accessibility. Very, very nice one. Okay. I went with UX. So the feature adoption was low in this idea. You can find whatever you like. And I'm going to product manager with it. And we want to have the better feature adoption. And the last one. Anyone? I can just feel it if it's too tough.
Okay, you know what? It's the third ticket this month I get when I need to ask at least 3 other people what actually needs to be done. I really like to see that the description of the task have all the action points correct, because actually I spent already 1.5 a day. You pay me for it. To actually get to know what needs to be done in this task. So I assume it's gonna be my time and money spent on me will be better consumed if I will take the task and I really do know where to start and what to do.
Nice. So the time of development increased because nice. Yeah, I went with the velocity as well. But I used something called very sexy incorporate escalation. So I used my engineering manager to go talk with someone who writes tickets. Okay, that's it. Sorry, probably I exceeded my time. Yeah, so yeah, let's stay in touch if you want. Here's a link to this page. There is the presentation then and the form if you want to know more about the soft skills, maybe you can give me idea what interests you the most.
Warsaw.